Okay.
I think we got to copy and
Copy it again.
I think we need to paste it. I don't know why it's like that, but I think we have to paste
So
it.
let me paste it again.
Oh.
All right, so I'll be live on all of the platforms. Hello, everybody. How are you? You are live with Preacher Man. Let me go full screen so I can sit back and relax. As you can see, I've got two amazing guests with me who's actually the new directors of our young adult ministry that we're starting at Calvary Hawthorne. Excited to have them. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Awesome. So I'm Eris. Nice to meet you all. I've been going to Calvary for years now, and I'm just so happy to be a part of the community and to offer a place for other young adults to hopefully become a part of that community and serve Christ. So super excited to meet you. And
yeah. And my name is Shannon Chapman. Just call me Shannon. Also have been going to Calvary since 2019. So been a long time in the game. Excited to spearhead this ministry alongside Eris and connect with all the young adults. But until then, we got to get into conversation.
They're on with Preacher Man today. I ain't Dr. Hosea Collins. I ain't Pastor Hosea. I'm Preacher Man today. Yes, Preacher Man, M-A-N-E. And we're talking about my new hit single titled I Ain't Catching It. And it's about catching hell. You know, we all catch hell in life. We all go through things. But I'll never forget when God told me, if you're tired of catching hell, son, stop catching it. He said, just because the devil throw it don't mean you got to catch it. So how do you do that, though? What does that look like practically?
Right.
And I've learned how to stop catching hell in relationships, how to stop catching hell in finances, how to stop catching hell on the job, how to stop catching hell in all of these areas of our life. You do have a choice. You may not be able to control everything that happens, but you do have a say about how you respond to it. Life is 10% what happens, 90% how you respond. So we're going to talk to them live today. We have no idea what they're going to say, what they're going to ask. I'm going to talk to them. But I'm going to start about what areas of life have you been catching hell, if you're being honest?
Where have I been experiencing that?
I can go first.
Okay, you go first.
Yeah. I would say I catch a lot of. Do we say that on the podcast?
Yeah, we're catching hell. We're talking about attacks from the devil.
Right.
We ain't talking about I'm mad at hell. We're talking about
catching
the devil keeps bringing hell my way.
Yes, I would say for me, it obviously the most people, and for me on my job, because people just have a different way of going about things and executing things than I would do. And they don't know how to communicate their expectations or their wants and their needs. And so we see things differently, we clash, and then I react to your dumb stuff. And that gets me out of my character and I get turned up. And then now you think I'm mean.
Yeah.
And then now we don't have a relationship anymore.
So why do you think you react to the dumb stuff? What do you think happens when it happens? What happens inside of you that causes you to match that energy?
I think my first thought is I think everybody has the same common sense that I do. And I have to realize that people are raised differently than you. People have different expectations. People have different perspectives. And so they're not always going to see things the way that you do. And something that you think might be unacceptable, they might be thinking, oh, that's fine. Or talking to somebody a certain way might be cool for them and might not be cool for you. Right. And so when I see the mismatch, that's why I'm like, there's no way you can think that was okay. And so that's how I start to match the energy.
Wise person once says one of the biggest problems in life is that people don't see the world as it is. Most people see the world as they are.
Indeed.
When you look at the world from the premise of how you are, you're not really seeing it as it is. And it gives you a very narrow view of things. You're in this micro, if you will, prism of this is life, but it's not. That's your life. See, I'll give an example of how we don't see the world the same. We see the world as we are. I I remember when, I don't know why this example come to my mind. My late wife, we was together for 21 years before she went on to glory. And I remember when we first did love languages. And I began to realize we had finished the book by Dr. Gary Chapman, Love Languages. We'd probably already been married about 5 years at that time. But I realized so much about the problems we were having. And for instance, watch, she would have made a statement. People don't see the world as is, they see the world as they are. Here's an example. She may have made a statement. You don't love me the way, you don't love me as much as I love you. I'm like, what do you mean? I think I love you a lot more than you love me. What do you mean I don't love you as much? I love you more, if anything. She said, no, you don't love me as much as I love you. I can prove it. I'm like, okay, prove it. She says, because you don't be trying to spend time with me the way I be trying to spend time with you. Because when you really love somebody, you want to spend time with that person, and you really want to be with them, and you want to da 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 da. Now, here's the thing. That was a correct statement in her world. It wasn't correct in my world. Then people say, well, no, it is either right or it's wrong. How can it be correct one place and not correct? Here's how. She grew up with her mother, and her sister did everything together. The people she loved more than anybody else in the world, she spent all of her time with. They went to the restaurants together. They went to church together. They went to eat together. They went to the movies together. They went to the restroom together. They did everything together.
We gotta see how we look.
So unconsciously, she grew up to identify love with time.
Yeah.
Unconsciously. Nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But I grew up, my dad was a workaholic. He might work 12 hours, come home, take down that lunch pail, grab his electrical tool pouch, and be gone another 4, 5, 6 hours. Come back late at night. This was everyday routine. My mom was busy doing her thing. I'm with the homies. I'm in the streets. So we didn't spend a lot of quality time.
Yeah.
But does that mean I was unloved? I felt very loved because we took care of our business. We did what needed to be done. So I grew up with acts of service as my love language. So now, again, that doesn't make her right. And it doesn't make me wrong. It makes us different. Now, to your point, everybody wasn't raised like you. See, your view of life has often been shaped by how you grew up, how you was raised, what your morals were, your values, and your experiences, what you went through. Everybody didn't go through your experiences. So they weren't shaped in the same way to see the world the same way.
Yeah.
So when a person is acting what you may consider ignorant, it may just be they're acting extremely different.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great way to frame it.
It's different.
Totally not escalate. If I'm like, you're just different.
You're not annoying. You're
not
different.
that you're
different.
You're different.
This causes problems in relationships all the time.
Yeah.
The reason it causes problems in relationships because you're often attracted to people that are different from you. That's what you're drawn to. That's how somebody who's really quiet and reserved and laid back, you end up with this person that's loud, life of the party, and you were drawn to that.
That's that opposite attract.
Opposite attract. But later you're arguing over that. Why you gotta talk to everybody? They hadn't changed. You're now noticing all of this. And they're like, why don't you ever talk? Would you try to hide something? You got secrets? Like, why you never want to go nowhere? You never wanted to go nowhere. Like it's that thing. It's that thing. So a lot of the things that we're catching, watch this. We're catching the hell we're catching is within ourselves. It's within ourselves. The only way something hurts you from the outside is when it's connected to an insecurity you already have on the inside. If I was self-conscious about my weight, which I'm not, but if I was, and somebody would be like, "Ooh, that shirt fits a little tight." Oh, no, I just tried it too much. Why is it affecting me?
Yeah.
Because there's something inside of me that already struggles with that.
Right.
So now it's That's why there's no enemy within. The enemy outside can do you no harm.
Mm.
But however, if somebody be like, "Ooh, you ugly," I'm like, "Whatever, you stupid." Like if I have no
Like, anyway.
thoughts on my looks, then it doesn't matter what you say.
Right. You can't offend me if I'm not offended there.
It comes to that.
Wait.
What have you been catching it, Harris?
So I guess I would say, like, in my job, I work with people with a lot of different backgrounds and cultures. And sometimes I'll come into a session. I'm a music therapist. I'll come into a session and I won't always know like what songs to play. I don't want to offend. And then I'll just get this like voice in my mind that says like, you don't know what you're doing. You should have looked at this a little longer. Don't go playing Amazing Grace because you don't know if they're Christian.
That's a big one.
And just going all in my mind, wasting time. So that's something where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wish the devil would be quiet. I know it's not true that I'm not, I know I'm not ill-prepared, but of course, sometimes it still feels like, okay, wait. Like it makes you just take a little pause and then that wastes time. So, yeah.
So that you're literally catching it inside with thoughts. It's and don't think that's strange. The number one place the enemy attacks us is inside our minds.
For sure.
Your mind is literally the battleground. That's why he has a right to attack you there. It's where the fight is really fought. The problem really isn't what happens or what's happening on the outside. It only affects you when it gets on the inside. That's how you know when you've caught hell.
Yeah.
You don't catch it with your hands. Catch it with your heart.
And so the pivot, like, what does that pivot look like?
Yeah.
Oh, how not to catch it?
Yeah.
Okay, the first step to not catching hell is to become conscious that you caught it.
Ooh.
That's step number one. You have to operate in a level of consciousness where you're aware.
Yeah.
See, a lot of times we're just drifting through life. Like you've been depressed for 4 hours before you even acknowledge that you're depressed. Like you just kind of drifted into that state and you wasn't even being conscious of what was happening.
Right.
The enemy wants to catch you sleeping. You sleeping at the wheel, that's when you drift. Meaning the first step, if that happens, I'll use what Eric just said. If you sit there, what should I sing this? Should I do this? Should I do it? What if I'm not Christian? What if I'm not? Yeah, you gotta be like, wait a minute. I'm catching it. I'm sitting here overthinking all of this. I've been doing this long. That's what's on my heart to do. I believe God to put that on my heart for a reason. So that's what I'm supposed to do. Now let me do it and quit overthinking this and let God be glorified. You have to become conscious of it first. It has to be a decision. Even if you don't catch it, if you don't catch yourself catching it, even when you can acknowledge after the fact that you caught it and what happened, that's progress.
Yeah.
Because that's where it starts. It starts, you be like, man, I've really let that person on my job ruin my whole day. I've been pissed off all day and I don't feel good. And I don't know why I let them do that. They're going on with their life. Being able to acknowledge the failure is a step closer for you defeating it.
Yeah.
So this is where you gain the data of how to win the game. Before you can learn how to win, you got to learn how you lose.
Yeah, for sure. I think that ties directly into what you've been teaching about your move. And I know you were saying like God gives the direction and the enemy comes in and tries to combat it. And so what you say and what you do will either confirm which direction you're going in. Yeah. And so I think that your move is like key in this catching hell situation.
That's so good.
Am I going to agree with what my flesh is saying? Am I going to agree with like this frustration, this confusion, all of that? Or am I going to agree with maybe the fruits of the spirit in this moment? Like, let me just put on peace. Let me put on love, all the things. Yeah.
Now, when you say your move, I know exactly what you're talking about. But for those that's watching, they'd be like, what is she talking about, your move? How would you explain it to them?
Okay. I would say it like this. So I'll use an example to explain your move. Let's say the Lord says that a woman who wants to have a baby, I'm going to bless your womb. You're going to have a child within the next 2 years. And then But this woman, maybe she might be older, or maybe she might have a medical condition like PCOS or something that the doctors or outside external things have communicated to her, oh no, you're not actually able to get pregnant, or like you don't even have a husband, so how are you going to have a baby if you don't have a husband? But there are external influences that the enemy will use to discourage you in the word that the Lord just gave you.
Right.
And so now it's your turn. God was first with the word, with the direction, with the move. The enemy is second, with the distraction, with the confusion, with the deterrent, and your move is third. And what you do and say is going to align with either one of those, with either what God said or what the enemy said, and it's going to dictate your outcome. So if in your move you decide, oh, you know, the doctor did say I have PCOS, or I have like something on, I have cysts on my ovaries or something, you know, I can't make a baby. That just doesn't make any sense. You're agreeing with what the enemy said. And so that's going to be the outcome. You don't have the faith to usher what God said would happen. But if you decide not to agree with the thoughts that come to your head or what the enemy tries to deter you with, and you say, you know what, if God said it, I just got to believe it. God said that I'm going to have a baby. So let's get started. You know, let's start making progress towards that being a reality. You've now accepted and you've used your turn to align with what the Lord said. And now that would be the outcome that you have.
Boy, that's some good teaching right there. You know when somebody can learn something because they can teach it. So oftentimes we blame God for the things that didn't happen that we didn't even really believe. I said it wasn't my move, that was your move.
For sure.
My move was I gave you the pregnancy. When it was your turn, you canceled it. By doubting me and believing the doctor over me.
Right.
Can I just say something?
Please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you talk to Eris. I definitely don't want to take up too much space. I'm conscious of that. I think this is even applied to this ministry, y'all. Especially my journey and our journey get into this ministry. Like I told Eris earlier, the Lord initially gave me this vision in 2017 when I was a teenager. That young adult ministry was in my future, or that had to come forth. And, you know, different life situations along the way, you know, extended the time for it to come about. But when I first mentioned it to you, I first mentioned it to Pastor, 2019?
Before the pandemic.
Pre-pandemic. And so, you know, obviously that shifted things. We come back. I mentioned to him again. He's like, well, we just waiting on you.
Waiting on you.
And so, you know, we start November 2024 underway, and we're getting all these revelations. Like the Lord is very much giving us instruction, direction on the vision and everything for this ministry.
Right.
And that when I say the enemy, it came in, he played his turn, and he had about 50 turns. And he did everything in his power to steal, kill, and destroy this vision. And I will say that there were moments, honestly, that I was agreeing with him. And it and just different aspects of, like, you know, not being prepared for leadership, or not feeling like quote unquote worthy when it's not even within yourself. It's God to do that in you. All these different things that would come up that I did agree with the enemy for a while. And I think that it contributes to the length of time that it's taken to get this out. But you know, once I took my turn back.
Come on now.
And once I took my turn back and I started believing what God said, and just believe that it's really him doing the work and not even me, and we're just the vessels, right? Now we're seeing the outcome. Now we have a ministry that's launched. Now we have events coming up, you know?
Right.
So just wanted to
look, I love that. So y'all, if you're young adults between the ages of 18 and 33, It's going down at Calvary Hawthorne. It's starting extremely soon. You
Come
need
on
to come
down.
get connected.
Yes.
I love that. So you mean it sounds like what you said to me. The devil wasn't just playing pity pat with you. He playing Uno.
Mm.
I'm talking about skip, draw four,
He was
Reverse.
playing
reverse.
dodgeball. That's what he was playing.
He was in there. He was in there.
It was a lot going on for sure.
I love it. I love it.
Mhm.
What do you guys see in your young adult generation of where many people in your demographic areas where they tend to catch the most hell?
The first thing that came to mind for me was friendship.
Oh,
Yeah, genuine, true friendship and like connection.
Mhm.
I don't know too many people who are still cool with people from when they were single digits, but in my
Wow.
parents' generation, they be cool with people.
Yeah.
Whole life.
Whole life. Like, girl, I know her for 4 years. I know her for
Yeah.
oh yeah, we
Yeah.
used to. But in our generation, it's like, oh girl, we don't talk no more. I ain't talked to her in 4 years. It's like, yo, homie that she used to be best friends with. Like, so I think that a lot of our sorrow comes from a lack of real connection amongst each other, not even just like romantic or familial, but
Huh.
just like friend to friend. Like, hey girl, like I'm scared about you because you're my neighbor. So,
But why? Because I grew up from the generation where, like, me and one of my best friends, we've been connected since kindergarten.
Mm.
And, like, I'm still cool with everybody I went to school with.
yeah.
I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
When I go home right now, it's like, man, what's up, man? We never miss a beat. Like, me and my classmates are still close.
Mm.
We still get
Well, I
together
remember
when we don't
your
even have
classmates
reunions.
Came to church and y'all had that event upstairs afterwards.
Yeah.
All your high
Cool.
school.
Yes, they flew
Classmates.
all the way out here
Yeah.
Yeah.
to celebrate with me.
That's beautiful.
I
Yeah.
think it's ingrained in the culture.
Yeah.
I think it's cool not to have friends. Like,
Yeah.
remember when Drake said in his song, "No new friends, no
Yeah.
new friends, no new friends, no,
Yeah.
no." Like, it's cool to be at odds with people. Like,
Right.
oh, like
I be cutting
Brian, get
people
it
off.
out the mud.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll
like
cut you off in 2 seconds.
Right.
I'll ghost you. Like it's like people think that
Why
it's so
is it
fun.
cool?
Um,
What's cool about it? I'm trying to just
I
comprehend.
just think it's the majority narrative, and so you just want to look like you're doing what everybody else is doing.
and
Like,
it's
I don't need
almost-
nobody.
Yeah,
It's a defense mechanism. I think that's really what it is. I think it's like we have, at least when I was, I mean, thankfully I have great friends and like I definitely have people who I've been cool with forever. But I do remember when I would lose a friend. Oh, that was crazy, especially if you see them regularly. It's just like, oh, we not cool, we not talking. That heavy, tense energy is just like, oh, brother, no. So I think that a lot of people are scarred from that because we just kept getting older, and then the pandemic hit, and then it's like, oh, I ain't talked to you, and now it's been 2 years. I ain't even seen you. So it's like it's gotten not easier, but more normalized to not even have those connections keep getting watered.
yeah, defensive and ego too.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, I can see that. Can you like lose contact without even realizing you ain't friends no more? Or do you feel it? It's like, I didn't even know we weren't friends no more.
That's a good question. I think that it's like it depends on if they even bring it up. Like some people will just literally just not say nothing.
When I tell you they do not communicate,
You might just never know. Like unless you say, "Hey, so are we good?" Or
So is it the social media age that changed things? Because we know when I grew up, you had to be with the person.
yeah,
You had to talk on the phone or actually hang with them to
Mhm.
develop friendship. It wasn't just followers or whatnot. And
Mhm.
could you think maybe that contributed to the loss of connection?
For sure, because you think that you're friends with a lot of people, with the thousands of people that you follow or the thousands of people that follow you. Like you have Instagram stories, you have Snapchat that you can see what people are doing all day, every day.
Mhm.
So it's like you have an
Ah,
idea
okay.
of being a part of their life and having a connection to them when in reality you don't.
right. Yeah, it's literally it's interesting. Even if you like watch old TV shows. They'll be like, "Oh, have you heard from so and so? Oh yeah, I gave her a call a couple days ago, or I ran into her at the mall." And then for our generation, it's like, "You heard from so and so?" It's like, "Oh yeah, I just like that picture." It's real regular. "Oh yeah, I just watched their story. They're in Japan." Like, and you really feel like you know what's going on.
Wow.
You ain't saying 2 words to that person. So,
That's crazy.
yeah.
You know, I found that I think and I'm only sharing it because I want to help people.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the most part, I'm pretty good at friendships for this reason. What I mean by pretty good, I mean this.
Mhm.
I don't lose. I very seldomly lose friends. Very seldomly. I don't have what I call a lot of enemies. I don't. And it's because though, I think it's because of how I curb my expectation.
Mm.
Like you can only disappoint me if I expected something other than what I received.
Mm-hmm.
Disappointment is based on false expectation. So what I do when I meet people, I really try to. I'm very observative about the data I receive,
Mm.
how they are, not just how they are with me, but how they are with others. Because a lot of times we take things personal
Mm.
Yeah.
when it's really just personal to who that person is.
Yeah.
It's not them pointing you out to be this way. No, if you look like, oh, they operate that way with everybody. This isn't
This
this
is what
is
it
who
is.
they are. Now, once I discover who they are, oh yeah, did you cut them off? No,
You just
I don't
treat
cut them
them
off.
for it.
I now know how to deal with them.
Mm.
I know how to interact. My expectation has been created.
Mm.
So are you saying don't treat people with how you feel life should go or how interactions should go, but more so treat everybody according to what you know
Okay.
about them?
Yes, but let me break it down even more.
Okay.
So I categorize people. They don't know their category. It ain't for them to know. It's for me to know.
Right.
So
So,
people, yes, it's my own system. People are in my very inner circle. That's a small group.
yeah.
That are in this inner circle. That's mostly my family,
Mm-hmm.
my true besties, like people I can share anything with, like
Yeah.
this. And then I have my people that I like to hang with.
Mm-hmm.
People I can just be Hosea around. I ain't gotta be Pastor Hosea.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta be preacher man. I can just be Jose.
Right.
And I got that group. I can go play dominoes. I can play spades. I can watch the game, eat some wings. We can talk trash. We can have that group.
Yeah.
Then I have people that, my God said, I can study the word with.
Mm.
I can engage in deep conversation, like biblical, like whatever that is, politics, whatever that's that group of people I can engage that way. Then I have the people that I just run into. And so, man, what's happening? What's good, fam? That I have my church people
Yeah.
that they just know Pastor Hosea.
Mhm.
That's the only person they need to know. Because if they knew Jose, we might not get along. Like they love Pastor Jose,
Yeah.
but they probably wouldn't even like Jose.
Gotcha.
But I gotta be cognitive of it.
Yeah.
And now problems come is when you take people that love Pastor Jose and you put them in Jose category.
Mm.
And when I take people out of it, see, we keep wanting people to be
Everything.
all sufficient, all inclusive. And that's why I'm making a mistake. I've got to have you in my life for where it works.
Right.
And not put you in a space that don't work.
Yeah.
As long as I operate within that, and sometimes people can evolve to a different category.
Right.
But that's after much data. Here's the thing about that. This is how you have proper expectations. Don't ever forget this. We're gonna play a little game. I'm playing with you two online so everybody can engage. Right? Here's the game.
Guys.
The game is fill in the blank.
Okay.
Now, if you do this, it's gonna help your relationship for the rest of your life. Fill in the blank. I'm gonna name 3 things, and y'all will fill in the blank. You too. I need you playing. Here we go. Ready? I'm gonna name 3 things. You gonna fill in the blank. 5, 10, 15,
20.
I said you playing too. Come on. 10, 20, 30,
40.
1, 2, 3,
4.
You all scored 100%. Nobody got not one more. How did you know what to expect would be next?
Yeah.
You just follow the pattern. We don't follow people's patterns.
Yeah.
We just use the data to create the pattern. And now I know what to expect. So you can't disappoint me because I have data that shows me what to expect from you.
Okay.
Now, watch what people do though. This is where the problem goes. People say 1, 2, 3, 15. What the heck?
Why?
That's where I'll be like,
Why would you
think that was
What? Let me show you why they thought 15. The reason they thought 15 is because, but I've been wanting 15. I've been waiting on 15. I prayed for 15.
Okay.
But what they got to do with me?
Mm-hmm.
What did I give you to give you a logical reason to expect 15 from me? See, I'm not talking about expectations with God. You can have other expectations with God, but don't put those expectations on people. Because when people, but now here comes the other thing people say, but come on, preacher man, can't people change? Of course people can change.
Yeah.
So well, why would you base the expectations on their past? Because the best indicator of new behavior is past behavior. I'm going by the track record. Well, what if they change? I would change my expectation when their pattern changes. Not at one time.
Too.
That's a pattern. If I see 1, 2, 3, I'm like, all right, here come 4. But then I see 6. Okay, I'm watching. 12. Come on now. 15. Come on, 18. My expectation changed.
Yeah.
When they're pattern. I just told you how to stop ending up in these long-term deadbeat relationships. I'm gonna say that again. Long-term deadbeat relationships. Cause you never check the pattern. But he gonna change based on what?
No, not.
Now, can people change? Yes. But until I see a change of pattern, I'm the fool for expecting a change in behavior. And the church said,
Amen.
That's
good.
Yeah.
That's good. So to sum up what you just said in regarding that, treat people based off of the data you received from them.
Yep.
And I guess have in your mind where you would like people to be in your life in terms of proximity or access.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, there's another, well, I may say friend, but not really a friend, but associate of mine that someone say, man, I found out, I don't why do you even deal with him? I say, very simple, because I know him. I know. So why do you deal with him if you really know him? I know what he good for, and I know what he ain't. I can deal with him till Jesus come back. Because I never put myself in a position where he can hurt me. I only use him for what he's good for, the same way he used me for what I'm good for in his life. I can deal with the using as long as it's a two-way street.
Yeah, yeah. And that speaks life into the phrase, to know someone is to love someone. You know where they at and you love them through it, and then you don't disappoint yourself because you already know where they at and you just loving them.
I don't lie to myself. And you got a revelation.
I did. Let's start being honest.
If we keep
with
it
the
in
facts, the car facts.
Yeah.
Even with ourselves.
Yeah.
You know how many people lie to themselves? There's a lady that told me something, man, I would never forget this. She says, Pastor, I finally discovered people don't really lie to me. I thought she was the biggest fool in the world. I said, what do you mean people? I know people that's lying to you right now.
Actively.
She said, no, I found out people don't lie to me. They're just not honest with themselves.
Okay. All right. Well, there. Yeah, that's so true.
We ain't catching it. We're not catching it. Back to how do you not catch it? Through knowledge, through wisdom, through
Data.
discernment. See, not catching it don't mean you ain't gonna go through some bull crap. It means you're not gonna allow the bull crap you go through to go through you.
Mm-hmm.
The
Exactly.
key is to be able to go through hell without letting the hell go through you. Water can drown people.
Mm-hmm.
Water can be a very dangerous element,
Mm-hmm.
but ships are created for water.
Mm-hmm.
A ship can't fulfill its purpose without water.
Mm-hmm.
A ship is for transportation, but in order to effectively transport, it needs water. Now, where am I going with this? What happens if the ship gets filled with the water?
Things.
Yeah, not a good thing.
But it needs water. Water's good for a ship. Why is it sinking?
I see where you go. Yeah.
Because the ship is designed to stay on or in the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's not designed to allow the water to stay in the ship.
Mm.
As long as it keeps the ship in its proper, it keeps the water in its proper place,
Yeah.
the water will actually serve it.
Mm.
Yes.
The problem is not what you're going through, because God will use your trials and tribulations to get you to where you need to be.
Yes.
It's when you let it get in you that it starts to sink you.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's affecting you because you caught it.
Because you let it in. Mm.
You asked me something earlier about the kingdom. I'll let you ask the audience so they can hear your question.
Okay, so I just read a couple of different parables that Jesus was telling his disciples and peoples around him, and a couple of them started with, "This is likened unto the kingdom of heaven." And so my question is, what is this kingdom of heaven that he's referring to? Like, is this literal heaven where God is?
Mm.
Is this like the kingdom that's operating on earth right now? Like, what is this kingdom of heaven that we should be modeling after, that the parable is trying to show us?
That is one of the most important questions a true Christian can ask. A true believer, a true child of God can ask. That's one of the most important questions they can ask. I'm glancing at my time to see how much time I got to answer this. This is a very important question for every believer.
Mm.
A believer that doesn't know the answer to this question will never maximize their life as a believer.
I need to take some notes.
I'm like, oh, I'm glad I'm not alone.
The kingdom, there's one message Jesus Christ preached while on earth. No, he got several messages. No, there's several sermons. There's only one message. The only message Jesus preached for his 3.5 year ministry, from the time he was baptized with John the Baptist at 30 to his crucifixion at 33 and a half, was the kingdom.
Mm.
He never preached another message. You can go back and read from Matthew to John. It's the only message he preached over and over again. He preached it in different ways. He used different analogies. He used different parables, but it's the same message. The kingdom. Why?
Mm.
The kingdom is what Adam lost in the Garden of Eden. The Bible says, God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness and let them have dominion. When you study the Hebrew word for dominion, It's the same word we get the word kingdom.
Mm.
See, we talk about the fall of man, but we often don't talk about where he fell from. Adam didn't fall from heaven. He wasn't in heaven. He fell from his position on earth.
Mm.
God created mankind because God is love. Love gives. It can't help it. For God so loved the world that he gave. Because love always expresses itself in giving. And I'm not just talking about materialistic, whatever it is, time, money, support, whatever.
Mm.
God, who is love, not has love, he is love, had to create a being to share with. What did he share? His kingdom. How? He expanded his heavenly invisible kingdom into a physical visible kingdom.
Mhm.
And then for Adam's birthday, he gave him dominion, kingdom on earth.
Mhm.
So now the king would exercise his colony called earth, the expansion of his kingdom through his king Adam, who was his son. There's a story told of a king that his son wanted the kingdom. And he says, Dad, I want the kingdom. I want to be king. He said, well, son, you will be. One of these days, you will definitely be the king. You will rule this entire kingdom. He said, but I don't want to wait. I want to be king now. He said, well, son, you can't be king now. I said, why not? Because I'm the king.
Mhm.
He says, one day when I'm dead, you'll be king. But Dad, I don't want to wait. I want to. And his father trying to think, how can I give? I'm not finna die now.
Mhm.
He says, I got it. So he took over another kingdom. And when he took over that other kingdom, he placed
gave
his
the
son there.
the responsibility of
And
that.
his son became the king of the extension of the father's kingdom. But whenever the son visited home, he went back to being the prince.
Gotcha.
And his dad was king. And whenever the dad would go visit his son, he went back to being a prince because his dad was the king. But anytime his son was able to be there without his presence, he was the king. And he would carry out the demands, the authority, the culture, the laws of the home country kingdom. And the whole Bible is a book. Now, the Bible is not a religious book. This is where church has missed it. The Bible is the book about a king, his kingdom, and his kids. That's the entire Bible. That's what it's about. So now God created this earthly kingdom, gave Adam dominion over this kingdom to rule. See, the kingdom is not limited to a geographical location. The kingdom is a government.
Right.
The kingdom is a method, a systematic method of operation. The kingdom is God's way of doing things.
Yeah.
It's God's governmental systematic method of operations. It's God's government. The kingdom. It's the king's domain. The kingdom has never been limited to a place called heaven. It's inclusive of a place called heaven, but not limited to a place called heaven. The kingdom, listen, they asked Jesus, they says, show us the kingdom. He says, y'all didn't miss this thing. They say, when will the kingdom come? Show us the kingdom. He said, the kingdom cometh not with observation, saying, lo here, or lo over there. Here it is. No, it's over there. He said, the kingdom of God is within you. God's governmental reign of authority should exist inside of you.
Wow.
The church, the body of Christ, is the vehicle for the kingdom to operate. Just watch Jesus' prayer. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Watch this part. Thy kingdom come. Thy kingdom come. Jesus ever prayed a prayer that didn't happen?
Mm.
Thy kingdom come. We're not waiting on the kingdom to come. Thy kingdom come. Jesus, why do you need the kingdom to come? So thy will can be done on earth as it is in the home country.
Mm-hmm.
Colonization.
Oh.
No, because that makes so much sense, especially when you say the on earth and in heaven. It's like thine will be done on earth as it is in
Same
heaven.
way it's happening.
But the
Same way.
kingdom already came, and we are the physical manifestation of that, not the earth.
That's why he's the king of kings.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who are the kings that he's the king of?
Yes. And we lost that place when Adam sinned. We didn't have sonship. We didn't have authority.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
so with Jesus dying, we now have sonship again.
We
We're back
lost
in the kingdom.
that. Exactly. You're 100% correct, man. I'm just gonna say it another way. You're exactly
Yes.
correct. We lost our relationship with the king.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we could no longer inherit the kingdom.
Right.
Because only sons
Can
can inherit the kingdom. We lost sonship. And for those watching, when I use the word like sonship, we're not talking gender. We're talking about position.
Right.
It's the
Right,
same
right,
thing
right.
as daughtership, whatever you want to call it that. But it's the same,
Aaron,
same thing in prayer. It's the heir.
Yeah.
We're heirs. Now, watch this. To kingdom. Watch Jesus. Peter and the disciples were waiting on Jesus to restore the kingdom of Israel. And because Israel had lost its reign. Now they were under Roman government. They were under Caesar. They were subjected to Rome. Rome had colonized everywhere. See, Rome is the ones that mastered the process of kingdom colonization. See, back in the old days, in the Old Testament, they would overthrow a kingdom and they would bring all of them people, ship them all the way back to wherever the home country was. They was overpopulating the home. To finally, Caesar wasn't the first one, but he mastered it. He said, wait a minute, instead of us overpopulating Rome, whenever we overthrow a kingdom, we're going to establish a governor over there. We're going to establish a military force over there. We're going to establish our law and order over there. Yeah. They're going to have to learn our language, our customs. That will be Rome, even though it's in a different location. That's where it comes. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Wherever. So they established it. Now, this is really why it took Jesus after Adam 4,000 years to come. God was waiting till the earth had a great system in place that would mimic his kingdom system. Okay. So the kingdom will become more comprehensive because we have an earthly metaphor to compare it with. Because this is what Jesus did. See, the kingdom come. So Jesus came. They said, "You coming to restore the kingdom of Israel?" He's coming. They was waiting on somebody. They was tired of being, because they remember the days of Moses and Abraham. They was overtaking everybody. Everybody was afraid of them when they was conquering the promised land, and Joshua was taking over all of these places. They were ready for that day to come, for that fulfillment. And when Jesus came, and Peter told him, he said, "Lord, I'll never leave you. I'm gonna die with you." He said, "Boy, shut up. Before the cock crow twice, you deny me thrice." He said, "No, I ain't. I'm with it. I'm body. Long before Master P. I'm with it. I'm with the business. I'm about that life. Whatever, I'll die with you." Peter meant it. Yeah. Watch this. To his understanding. What do you mean? Because we don't see the world as it is. Yeah. We see the world as we are. What happened? To show you Peter meant it. Peter didn't mean that because he barely back. No, Peter did mean that. Because when the popo came and arrested Jesus, he got the Glock and shot the police. Yeah. Okay, he took the sword. Same thing. And that day it was the Glock was the sword, and he cut his ear off. He wasn't aiming at his ear. Peter hadn't been slicing in a while. He hadn't been a target practice. He'd been with Jesus 3.5 years. He was off his game. Peter was trying to take his head off. Now, if you ain't ready to die, you don't shoot the police because they arrested your pastor. You about their life. Now, what happened? Jesus took the man's ear, put it back on, and healed him miraculously, and told Peter to put up the sword. He didn't live by, die by it. And he went. And Peter like, what you doing? And Peter seeing them Jesus letting them beat on him, spit on him, do all of these things to him. And Peter's confused. I thought you was coming to bring the kingdom back. This was our time. So he followed from afar. Just in case Jesus started Jackie Channing him, Peter go, I told y'all here. But when they beat him, he's like, I ain't part of that. Because he looked for a restored kingdom. He didn't know. He thought it was the kingdom that the children of Israel lost. He didn't know it was the kingdom that Adam and Eve lost.
Yes.
Jesus was restoring the kingdom from Satan, not Caesar.
Yeah.
See, the kingdom wasn't what they thought. Even then, the kingdom was spiritual, not physical.
Does this relate to him being called the King of the Jews?
Yeah, he was the king of the Jews because he was the promised Messiah that would come to restore. And that's why Peter thought the same way Caesar, the king of Rome, you're going to be our king to lead us to defeat him. He was putting it all physically in earthly terms, seeing the world as he is. And so when we talk about the kingdom, when Jesus is giving them parables, he's telling you how the kingdom operates. The system of how the reason people get saved and can't get nothing from God because they operate in a worldly system trying to get heavenly access. You gotta operate the kingdom system to apply the kingdom benefits.
Right.
And that's why I don't know why God ain't did it. Because you think the world system, I ask and they fall into my lap. See, the kingdom don't work that way. The sower went forth the soul. The sower sowed the word. Him that held on to the word produced the fruit. See, we still thinking God want to work with his hands and give us something. God work with his mouth. He speaks something. You got to let what he spoke stay in your heart and you can believe it and operate according to that till you manifest it.
Until
it's in you. This is kingdom.
Yeah.
Y'all, my battery is finna drop. I'm looking at it at the bottom right there. It's finna be gone. So before this just go dead and you wonder why, I got to conclude. I'm Preacher Man, Shannon, Aris, Young Adult Ministry. Now, if you 18 to 33 or you got some kids or grandkids or nieces and nephews, you need to get them to Calvary Hawthorne. That's 4081 West El Segundo Boulevard. This Young Adult Ministry is going to be off the chain. I'm going to let them take a few moments to explain it to you, to tell you what you can look forward to if you're a young adult.
Yes, so you can just look forward to having a community that is Christ-centered and also a lot of fun. We just want to connect with you and have a place to go just so we can continue to love on each other and get close to Christ.
Yeah. You can expect Bible studies. You can expect monthly hangouts. We're going to get some bowling. We're going to get some skating going on. You can expect to build relationships, meaningful ones. You're going to get friends here.
Yeah.
Come and make some friends.
Come make some
lifelong friends, right? Yeah. So that's what you can expect.
Yeah. Come on.
Again, we're in Hawthorne, California, 4081 West El Segundo Boulevard, Hawthorne, California, 90250. That's off of El Segundo and Prairie. We're on El Segundo, 1 block west of Prairie. Our Sunday morning worship services are 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. And feel free to go to our website, cbchawthorne.org, learn more about us. Follow Preacher Man, because my battery running out. I ain't got time to play the song today, but I ain't catching it. It's out right now. You know what I'm going to do? The battery probably going to go down. I'm going to end it. I'm going to play the song right now. Let me try to see if I can do this. Oh, no, I forgot to hook it up.
You want to just pull it up on Spotify?
You know what? Yeah, let's do that. I don't know how this gonna work, but let's do that. But for those of you that ain't heard it, get with it. I'm putting up this microphone. Wrote a song about it. Here you go. Y'all, I've been catching hell lately. I mean, I don't know if you've been catching hell like I've been catching hell. But I caught so much hell, I had to ask God why. And he gave me the revelation. He said, son, you keep catching hell because you keep catching hell. He said, just because the devil throw it, don't mean you got to catch it. And I understood exactly what he meant by that. And I had to stop catching it. So here's what I decided to do. And I hope you can take a page out of this same book. And you can do it too. Listen, you don't overlook. Sometimes evil, but my life can't be based on what they do or what they say.